Yes, we've just been dropped in a very wooded area, waiting on information about our mission. I know we're trying to find an enemy camp. I think there's a couple stops before then. Just waiting on the download to let us know exactly where we're going. Oh, I think that might be it. Alright, here's our mission. Need to draw a map from the electronic download, enlarge it to make it easier to see. So we have to dilate it. Oh man, gotta remember how to dilate. I wish I would have paid more attention in 7th grade math. I'll have to think back for that. Alright. Then we need to draw the directions down below, from below for the mission. So first we need to draw the origin around where the river splits. Our location's at 2, -9. Then to translate to get to the supplies. Then if it gets late, oh, there's a shelter, that's good. We'll have to rotate our position from the supplies. That's where the cave will be. Then in the morning we are to just got a short distance to translate 5 up and 5 to the left from the cave. Once we extract or complete our mission, we need the extraction point will be on the point of the river. We'll have to reflect across the x-axis from the bottom left position of the camp for our extraction point. Alright, well, all I gotta do is draw that out and get rolling. If I can remember, I gotta remember, how do dilate and translate. Oh, alright, let me think about that for a second. Alright, there are 3 types of dilations: a reduction, it's staying the same, and an enlargement. Dilation is a change in size. Anything less than 100% dilation, it's going to reduce or get smaller. The one I showed up here is 50% dilation, but you'd have to change that percent to a decimal number. In this case it would be 0.5, and that is what you're going to multiply whatever you're dilating by. 100% equals 1, so anything times 1 stays the same. That's why that one's the same. 300%, when you change that to a regular number, it becomes 3, and that's your multiplier. And you're going to multiply whatever you're dilating by 3. So here's a real quick example of if you had a point to dilate, or a coordinate. Let's say we had a coordinate -3, 1, and we want to dilate it 300%. So what you would do is you go over your multiplier, which is the decimal version of your percent, and multiply it by that. So we're going to times it by 3. We're going to times both sides by 3, and you end up with -9 and +3. So a 300% dilation of this point is going to be -9, 3. Alright, the next transformation we're going to look at is translation. Translation means movement across a plane. So we're going to look at it as it pertains to a coordinate plane. The point we're going to look at is -2, 1. Start from the origin, -2, +1, there's our A. So we're going to translate point A, and there's 4 different directions you can translate it. Up, down, right, and left. Usually it's a combination of 2. Up and down is movement in the Y direction. Up and down, that's the Y component of your point. Right and left is movement in the X direction. That's back and forth, and that deals with your X component. Alright? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you 2 ways to translate point -2, 1, translate it 4 to the right and 6 down. Alright? So I'm going to do it physically first. I'm going to show you how to move it physically. So 4 to the right, so here's my point. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and there is A prime. All right. So let's check it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So our new point is at -2 or +2, -5. All right. So that's one way. That's the first way to do it. Physically move it with your finger or pencil to keep track of how far left and right you're going, up and down. All right. The other way is mathematically. Right here, we said up was positive, down's negative, right's positive, left is negative. So if we went 4 to the right, it's going to be a +4. Down is a negative. So we go over here, and we're translating -2, 1, 4 to the right, and 6 down. So now we just add them up. Again, different, subtract, keep the sign of the larger number, so that's going to be +2. Different, subtract, keep the sign of the larger number, so it's going to be -5. And it ends up being the same point. Okay? So again, move it physically or do it mathematically. Your choice. And that's how you translate a point.
All right, good. I remembered how to do all that stuff. Thank you, Mr. Hamontree from 7th grade math. I've drawn my map. There's my drop-off points from what they told me. Then we have to translate 14 clicks up to get to the supplies. That's our first directive, and then we'll go on from there. We dilated the original map 400% to make it big enough to where we could see easily what we're doing. The only thing left is to get started. Oh, my hamstring. Oh. Should have stretched before I left.